So we're advanced digital running coach, and we say that we're the world's most advanced one currently, and shoe manufacturers say the same thing. So we're the next generation of wearables. We're not a trainable. We are trainable, we're not a wearable. So we're not a Endomondo, so we're the next generation Endomondo. Sorry, Christian. So it delivers personalized coaching instruction based upon the running metrics. So you can say, this is the engine. This is what the wearables is all about right now. You can see that your ground contact time is 220 milliseconds. You can see that how many steps you're doing and all these geeky information. This is what we call the engine. So we want to take it further. We want to gather all these information with all we do, but we want to translate them into some simple instructions. But besides that, we also have some very unique metrics that nobody else has, besides one competitor that's in the world, which is a watt measurement. So we can see how much power the runner is using. So we can see how much power you're using to move yourself forward, and how much power you're wasting for every time you land, especially on the heel, how much time wasted watt there is with unnecessary sideway movements and body balance. So basically we can see how efficient the runner runs and how they can improve. So all these geeky information and much, much more, we translate into simple instructions to the runner. They should not worry about what's in the engine room. They should just listen to the voice. So we're about voice, the next generation. So thank you for saying that, Matthias. Mm-hmm. You can, if you want to, go and look at all the geeky information after the run, but basically you shouldn't need to do that. You can just listen to the voice. We'll get back to that one. So this is our competitor, Max. So we have the Endomondo with Christians, and then we have the intelligent coaching part and all the metrics. So currently now there's some new players in the round. We're a startup. There's the Stride, the Sensoria Fitness, the Luma Runs. Those are in our segment. Very few probably heard about those ones, and that's our opportunity, but that's also our challenge. So we need to tell the story to runners that you can actually have a coach with you at your every run. That's very new. Not just looking at your pace or looking at your ground contact time, but actually hear somebody telling you how to improve your run taking. This is the product that we currently have, the Shift IQ, the Shift Pro, two shifts, and the Shift IQ is what I will talk to you about, because this session is about the future and what we want to do, what we're planning on. And that's artificial intelligence, which is what we believe in. Big data is also what we believe in. We have getting closer to 100,000 kilometers of run with Shift on, with data that we collect. So every 5 seconds of every shift runner, I gather 23 running metrics. So all these data can be used for scientific reports. And currently now we have the guy on the video, Professor Moritzen, and Dr. Moritzen looking at the data, and I have concluded that Shift works and that we can make a scientific report that we are improving running techniques. So it's pretty interesting. That was the target from the very beginning, is that we want to be a scientific product. We want to be best at everything we do. There's still a long way to go. There's a lot of things we can do, but we want to be the best at what we do. So science is important for us. Big data is important for us. We want to be the epicenter of running knowledge. And again, gathering all this information, we can be that. Right now, we have some coaches that say that every runner should run 180 steps per minute and should have a ground contact time of 190 or 210 milliseconds. But we want to prove it. I know I shouldn't run that way. Will some? Yeah. The elite should run that way. I can't run that. I'm not built that way. So I need to be coached the way that my body is built to do, and what it's capable of doing at my current age. That's what it's all about. So Shift will screen you to see where you currently are and make a plan and coach you according to that. Very new. And it's all about the data. So all that data that we have, we can produce better shoes. We're every week got a meeting with Saucony their vice president of innovation, to see how we can improve and work together. Just a few weeks ago, I was in Santa Barbara meeting the management team of Hoka 11, who are doing pretty well right now. So they're all interested in tech, and of course universities, and then improving shift. So tech is important for as you also said, Matthias. Design is important for us. I got the shift on here. We won a Red Dot Award last year for the design, so we're working together with some of the best. So not just the tech, the algorithms behind, which is very, very geeky, but it's everything around it. We've got some patent pending that I'll get back to you. We got an Innovation Award last year in Copenhagen. And this is the new generation of pod. So this is the old generation. This one currently sends raw data, 6,000 measurements to an app on the phone that does the number crunching. So 6,000 measurements. All that in the new pod will happen on pod with artificial intelligence. So Intel found us and wanted to work together with us. So we're one of the few beta customers for their new chipset that hasn't hit the market yet. So we got access to their technology and their top tech people. And there's a lot of people at Intel working on helping us produce the new chipset with artificial intelligence. So again, Anna, that's what we wanted to do from the very beginning. I don't know if you've seen that movie, but Her is about Joaquin Phoenix, who falls in love with his operating system on his computer. With the voice of Scarlett Johansson, so who wouldn't fall in love with that? But that's what we wanted to create. So basically, we want runners to fall in love with their shift. So we need to be as intelligent as possible, ongoing. That's not happening right now. You like shift, but you don't love it yet, but we'll get there. So currently now, the next generation will have artificial intelligence, machine learning algorithms in the pod. We're actually teaching the pod now to recognize a gait. It's like having a small child and teaching it how to run or how to walk. So we're actually teaching it to understand how a gait is working and how from various runners. Pretty cool. Actually a lot of fun. A lot of work, but a lot of fun. And those algorithms we're implementing in the app as well. So the new one will have all the calculations and algorithms on the pod. So we can translate, or we can send the data straight to a headset or a phone. You don't have to run with a watch. You don't have to run with a phone, you can run with a watch. Or you can hear directly just from the pods to a headset what you do. The next generation also that you can talk to your shift. So you can get the stats or you can get some information on as well. So pretty cool. So that's the future. This is actually not that far a future. So if you run with a pod on each foot, we can predict that you've been injured before you know you're being injured. So we can see that you start limping before you know you're doing it. And say, well, now it's time to stop. Take it easy now. That's pretty cool. And new shoe alert. We can also see that your pronation values, so your pronation values, how you're running, that the shoe you're running with are not optimal for you, that there's a high probability that you've been injured. Injury is actually something which is very, very important for us, of reducing injuries. We've had numbers where we can see how hard you land. We have numbers where you can see that people have been landing with 7 Gs, and by using shift for a short amount of time, went down to 2 to 3 G. So can you imagine how hard it is to take a run for 10 kilometers, 10,000 steps with 7 G, and then reducing it to 2 to 3 G? Big impact. Yeah, okay. Last slide. So we have two basic elements. We have the engine that gathers all these algorithms, metrics, ground contact time, and so forth. And then we have our intelligent coaching engine. These are two metrics. They can be applied to all different kinds of sports. We've had a meeting with Atomic Skis in Austria. I've had a lot of meetings because we're a startup, so we're constantly looking for VC capital. So I have a lot of meetings in California, and they're all surfers. And so we have an idea how we can do an artificial surfing coach, which is actually pretty cool, even though I'm not a surfer. So, yes, thank you.
Awesome. Wonderful. Thank you so much.